Recording in progress.
Welcome to a restorative yoga practice today, and we will be leaning into the concept of essence love. This is described by Tsoknyi Rinpoche as a small spark of well-being or okayness. So we'll share this restorative practice together with pranayama, mudra, and asana. Listen to your own being as you enjoy your quest for feelings of well-being. So if anything in your body at any time feels a sense of discomfort, then maybe soften slightly or choose a different portion of our practice that feels better to your body. Let's start to settle in. We have arrived. You've done the hardest part so far and just shown up. So start with a deep breath in through your nose. And let that go through your mouth. And feel free to adjust so you can breathe through your mouth or your nose at any time, whatever feels best for you, as we're in the winter months and some people may feel a little congested. And I'll invite 3 sounds of the bell with a gatha by Thich Hanh. Pretend we're looking in a mirror. Awareness is a mirror reflecting the 4 elements. Beauty is a heart that generates love and a mind that is open. And notice the beauty of your breath and the beauty of your heart. And enjoy your own breath rhythm. From comfortable seated position, we're going to start with Hijraya mudra, a mudra for the heart. Place your right hand to your heart space and then butterfly your left hand over your right hand. And circle the torso of your body very slowly. Letting your heart space lead you forward. Lengthening your in-breath and your out-breath. And see if you can move even more slowly. For anyone with vertigo, you're going to want this head movement to be as gentle as possible and as slow as possible. And for our 4th chakra, Anahata chakra, which is right in our heart center space, and it's the middle chakra. So we have 3 above and 3 below. Imagine the color emerald green, the most beautiful color maybe of the forest. And start to come more to stillness. Let your circle become slower. And imagine this beautiful color of emerald green emanating from your heart space. See how far you can exhale that beautiful radiance of you outwards from the vessel that holds your spirit and soul. And from the book on chakra healing by Margarita Alcantara, I share this. When the heart chakra is in harmony, we're fully connected to ourselves. We cultivate joy easily, love and accept ourselves. We're able to give and receive love genuinely and cultivate compassion for self and others. Our affirmation for today is, I taste essence love, a sense of well-being. And if that resonates for you, maybe you just say the words essence love or well-being in your mind's eye. Or if you wish to set another intention for yourself, for our practice and this beautiful gift of a day, feel free to do so now. Essence love, well-being. You can release your Hidraya mudra now if you wish. Let your hands come to the tops of your legs. And they can be upwards receiving. If you wish to gain more energy from the universe in this moment, or they can be downwards if you feel that you need to settle your body and settle your heart and your mind. Each chakra has a bija, a seed sound, and the heart chakra, anahata, is the sound yam. Yam cultivates a sense of love. So we'll just repeat that sound over and over again, and you'll feel a vibration traveling through your vagus nerve, which runs all the way down from the back of your head and all the way down through all the nerve endings of your body. Take a deep inhale, and when we exhale, if you wish, we'll say the word yam. I'll make that sound. Inhaling. Exhale. Yum, 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 yum. Let's stretch our legs out in front of us into Dandasana or staff pose. I always think the bija sounds are a little fun, so they make me smile. Your feet are flexed. Open and close your toes. And if you want, you can take off your socks, but if you're cold and wish to keep them on, that's absolutely fine. Opening and closing our toes together. Awakening our feet. You can point and flex your toes, your feet. And let your feet move around in a circular movement, awakening our ankles as well. And now we will do our first seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Inhale and look up, and let your exhale hinge you forward as you lean towards your toes, letting your hands fall gently wherever they wish. Let go of yesterday's pose. Maybe last week you were able to touch your toes, and maybe in this moment your hands just fall somewhere on your shins. And if your ego is crying really loud to touch your toes, you can bend your knees and grasp your toes this way. And then let your knees come down slightly, but you can do this posture with bent knees to quiet the ego's desire. Inhale and exhale, fold. And for those practicing in New England with me live, it's the morning, so our hamstrings are tight. Mine are. And we want to be gentle as we awaken our leg muscles. Rise back up and tuck your right foot in to your center space. And if you're seated on something soft, let's move that over to the side. Outstretching through the left leg, already feeling a nice stretch inside of the inner thigh on the left side. Place your right hand behind you and let's start to open Anahata, our heart center. So we'll reach up, and if you can, push yourself back into half wild thing. And let your heart space open, strengthening through the right arm. If your wrist is tender, you can skip this, and you could be seated and just leaning back as such. And now let your right hand find the inside of your left shin and raise up through your right arm. Breathing into the sensation in your body. And then releasing that side and bringing your left foot now gently into the center, stretching your right leg out long and strong. And flexing your right foot. And now again, place your left hand behind you, and with your inhale, rise up. Each side will be different. Enjoy the wild thing that is you. And remember, make adjustments to honor your body. We should feel no pain in yoga. And then coming back down with our exhale, letting our right hand find the inner part of our right leg. And rising back up. We're going to do half Lord of Fishes. I'll show some variations. So this is a spinal twist, and there are a couple options. So you can keep your leg out straight if that feels better to you. But I will start with showing you this Ardha Matsyendrasana. Let's start with tucking our feet are flat on the ground, our knees are bent. I can start there, and you can awaken your feet again, tapping and leaning back just slightly. And now bring the right foot under the left. And remember, everyone's shape will look different. And then start to inch and guide your left leg across. So we're starting with a little bit of a twist in our legs. And if this does not feel good to your body already, then you can just have your right leg outstretched, which is the normal, or not normal, but the usual way that I show a spinal twist. So right leg can be bent, tucked under you. almost like cow face pose, the starting of cow face pose. Take a deep inhale and raise your left arm up to the sky. And let your left arm come behind you. And now take your right arm and bend it to a cactus shape. And bring it in front of your face and start to tuck your right upper arm, the outside of your right upper arm, pressing right above your knee. We want to avoid any pressure on the knee. And then your hand can still be facing up towards the sky. And we'll start to twist over to the left. Half Lord of Fishes. Wringing out tension in our spine. Gaze is soft, relax the muscles in your jaws. And bring back that beautiful breath into Anahata chakra, your heart center. Breathe into your shoulder blades, the space behind your heart in your back. And soften your fingers. Soften your gaze. Breathe into anywhere in your body you feel sensation, maybe your left outer hip. And come back to the center, unwind. Feet come back to the earth in front of you and let your legs windshield wipe. Left and right. Releasing any tension you might be feeling in your back. And now we'll repeat on the other side. So this side will be different. If you wish, you can tuck now your left leg under the right, or you can keep the leg stretched out straight. And right knee is bent. And now, with your inhale, raise your right arm up to the sky. Nice lengthening, and let your right hand find the earth behind you. Cactusing your left arm and bringing it in front of your face. Lots going on here, so don't worry if you get a little lost. And now let the outside of your left arm find the outside of your left knee, or right above your left knee, closer to, it's on your upper thigh. And now start to twist over to the right. Wringing out your spine on the right side. Half Lord of Fishes. Lots going on here. Notice anywhere in your body where you're clenching and see if you can soften. Soften the muscles behind your eyes, and if you feel safe, you can even close your eyes here. Removing our sense of sight with our eyes closed allows us to tune into other senses and awarenesses in the body. Very nice. And start to unwind. And for today's pranayama, this is one that is a little bit more advanced. I had to choose a different one than I intended because my kitty Sparkle went crazy when I did fire breath this morning. She was biting me. So I said, well, we're not going to do that pranayama today. She is the big decision maker, obviously, in this house. So what we're going to do instead is Anuloma Viloma. And what we'll do is we'll start in a comfortable seated position. So if you have a natural foot that likes to sit in the front, maybe tuck that one inside and see if you can try the alternate side. And you can put something soft under your body for sitting. We won't do this for too long. Place your hands on your knees first. Lengthen through the top of your spine. And just let your breath be natural and filling. And we'll start with bringing our thumb to our right nostril and closing the right nostril off. Inhale through the left nostril. And now place your fourth finger over your left nostril and exhale through the right. Inhaling through the right nostril. Closing off the right nostril with thumb, exhaling through the left. Inhaling. Closing left nostril with fourth finger and exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Feeling the right nostril and exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left. Feeling off the left nostril and exhaling through the right nostril. Inhale. Feel. Exhale. Inhale. Feel. Exhale. Very nice. We'll release that and shake out your hands. It's a really nice pranayama to bring you to full awareness. Notice how you feel. And slowly, let's come to Balasana. And I always encourage gentleness for our knees. So maybe bring something soft to your practice space. And place it under your knees. And bring your knees and your feet so that they're all on this soft base. You can spread your knees wide if traditional Balasana works for you, letting your big toes touch. Take your time to move into each asana. There's no hurry or rush. And if this traditional posture works for you, you can reach forward. Let your hands touch the earth and feel Anahata chakra melting towards the earth. You might wish to use a block beneath your forehead or your fist. And if this posture, traditional Balasana, is feeling not so good to you, you can also have your knees together, place your hands by your sides, and then take a little pile of books or a block and put that under your headspace. Lots of options. I'm going to read to you from Open Heart, Open Mind, A Guide to Inner Transformation by Tsoknyi Rinpoche. And I'm apologizing, I'm probably saying his name incorrectly. I'm trying my best with pronunciation. He has the right to also say my name incorrectly. A taste of essence love. Do you want to experience a taste of essence love? If yes, close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. What is it you wish for? Don't think about it, just feel it. Chances are you feel a wish to return to a period of peace, calmness, and well-being, often couched in terms of something you experienced, maybe when you were very young. If asked, though, most of us can't remember a specific time when we experienced such feelings. Most of us don't have memories of a time when love was unconditional. Yet we all long for that unconditional well of love. And in that longing, the voice of essence love whispers, it is possible to discover it. A connection with essence love, I've found, is best discovered through relaxation. Of course, you have to be able to bring a gentle attention to the process, like lighting a dim lamp in a quiet room. As you maintain that attention, relax, 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 until you sense some small spark of well-being, or what might be called okayness. And from whatever child's pose you chose, flow forward to Sphinx. And for Sphinx, we're going to, if you're in Balasana, we're going to slide forward on our forearms and gently lower our hips to the ground on that soft blanket that we might have placed beneath us. And if you didn't get the blanket before, you can get it now. Just move very slowly. No hurrying or rushing. In Sphinx pose, remember that emerald green at Anahata, your heart center. And see if you can inhale and exhale a fog of beautiful emerald green. Blow your abundant essence love outwards to share with others. And let your head come down to the ground. On my mat space, I have a lovely ladybug, so I have to be very, very careful of her. Bring your hands by your chest and raise your forehead with your inhale ever so slightly, just a couple inches. And then exhale, come down. And inhale. Exhale. Breathe through your shoulder blades. Open through your heart center. And this next time, let's come up to table. And we'll enunciate our heart opening. So let your belly drop. Look up And inhale, your chin is slightly raised, and then exhale and round your spine. Inhaling, belly drops. Exhaling, rounding spine. Keep going at your own heart rhythm. I am going to move this little ladybug because I don't want her to get hurt. And she is the color of my mat. Okay, bring her over here. And pause in stillness now. Maybe rolling out your spine in any way that feels good to you. And we'll do puppy pose. This is a little bit more intense. You can move your knees back and bring your arms forward. It's similar to child's pose, but we are going to have our bottoms sticking up in the air for this posture. So see if you can bring your forehead to the earth and bring your knees back. Your knees are under your hips. Your toes and the tops of your feet are flat. And some people can bring their chin to the ground, but for me, it's more like my forehead and top of my nose. And again, use props if you need. You'll feel a real opening in your shoulders. Puppy pose is a nice variation for downward facing dog if your shoulders are tender and you ever wish to do that upper back opening. Breathe into the sensation in your body. And when you're ready, start to press yourself up to downward facing dog. And I'll challenge your balance if you wish. You can remove now the blanket with one arm and balance on the other just for a moment, or you can come back down and move your blanket if you were using one. Press your heels to the earth, pedaling them out. And now flow forward. So you're in plank pose. And we're going to tuck our arms by our sides and lower ourselves again to the ground. That takes a lot of strength. And we're going to do some bow pose, another heart opening posture. So a lot of work on the ground today. Start with lifting your left leg and your right leg. And it might feel good to bring your hands in front of your face, like crocodile posture, and just let your forehead rest on your arms so your elbows can be pointing outwards. And just start waking up the lower back and the gluteus muscles with this raising of the left leg just slightly and raising of the right. Kind of like a swimming motion, but we're holding on to, I can't think of the name of it, but when we learned to swim, there was a little flotation device that we would hold on to. And now let your legs come to stillness. And extend your arms out in front of you. And again, let your forehead come down to the earth. And now see if you want to raise both of your legs or you can continue with that swimming motion. Feel the strength in your gluteus maximus muscles, and actually all the psoas muscles are engaged, and the hamstrings and the calves, and now lower to the ground. Again, bend your left arm so that it's pointing outwards, and rest your head on your right hand. And now start to pull your right heel towards your right buttocks muscles. And this might be enough for you. And if you wish for more, you can reach behind you and grasp the right foot and pull the right foot back. This is a very nice quadricep muscle stretch. Forehead is resting on your left top of your hand. Let your right foot find the earth, and then bring your right hand in front of your face. And your left arm can stretch out above you. And you can reach back on the other side and just test out the waters this morning. Oh, maybe that was called a floaty. I don't know. A kickboard or something like that. Of course, now I'm thinking, what was that swimming thing called? I wasn't a good swimmer, so that explains it. Breathe into your left quadricep muscle. And now you can stay here, or if you wish, you can reach for both legs. Let's not bring our head up too far. So now our head is balanced, is just hovering right above the mat. And it might feel good to keep your eyes closed because your eyes are so close to the ground. And then see if you can start to raise up slightly. Breathing into bow. Opening your heart center. Beautiful emerald green. Here you can open your eyes. And then lower gently to the ground. Push back up to plank. Push to downward facing dog. Deep inhale. And cross your feet, walking across the forest floor as we come to standing forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins and let them slide up your legs until you come to your knees. Scoop and rise up very, very slowly. We've been down for a while. Coming to Tadasana, powerful pose. And in our Tadasana, our feet are firmly planted on the ground underneath our hips. And we can bring our right hand to our heart space and our left hand over in Hadraya Mudra, like earlier. And just notice how you feel. Spread your legs wide and bend through your knees a little bit so that your knees aren't locking. Let's inhale and slight back bend. Open your heart center and then start to hinge forward. And we're going to let Hadraya Heart Mudra lead us over to the right in a circle, and then over to the left. And let your knees bend as your body moves, and let your elbows move you, pausing for a little back bend if that feels good, or pausing in Skandasana if that feels good. Move very slowly until we come back to the center, and then switch direction. Your beautiful heart. See where you can soften. Pausing in the yumminess, and now let your butterfly open up and let that go. Very nice. We're going to let our breath lead our bodies in movement for a little bit of a gentle flow. So we'll start at the top of our mat space. And sweep our arms up with our inhale. Light back bend, look up, and then exhale, flow forward. Touch the earth, halfway lift. Hands can be to the shins, or raise your hands behind you in airplane. Elongate through the crown of the head. Inhale and fold. Let your hands touch the earth, and then rising back up again. Very nice. Hands come down to heart center. And let's add on sweeping up and folding forward. Touch the earth. Hands come to your shins or airplane arms behind you. Lift in your heart space forward and fold. Step your right foot back. Runner's lunge, both feet are pointing forward, and inhale, look up. Exhale, plant your hands and bring your left foot to meet your right foot. Knees come to the earth if you wish, feet are flat. Tuck your elbows and lower yourself to the ground. Sweep up with your heart center. Essence love fills you. Tuck your toes under and press back to downward facing dog. Right foot comes forward. Inhale and left foot meets right. Sweeping up. And hands coming down to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, flow down to the ground. Halfway lift. Your choice. Make it beautiful and filled with self-love. Flow down. Left foot steps back. Inhale. Look up. Open your heart. Plant your hands. Feet come to the earth. Tuck your elbows and lower yourself to the ground. Inhale. Fill your heart space with loving breath. Tuck your toes under. Press back. Downward facing dog. Left foot comes forward. Inhale and pop your right foot to meet your left, sweeping up. Slight back bend and let your hands come to meet your heart. Very, very nice. Notice how you feel. Can you fill your heart with essence love? And we're going to do dancer pose next. So bring your feet to the ground, again in Tadasana. Your feet are planted under your hips, your hands are open wide. And bring your awareness to your left foot. Of strength and solidity in your left foot. Imagine your roots growing into the ground. And now balance, starting to raise up on the right toes and seeing if you can clasp your right foot with your right hand. This might be enough. And I'm clasping the inner sole of the foot, but you can choose where your hand rests. Start to bend through your left knee so that your left knee is not locked, and hinge forward, letting your dancer, your beautiful dancer flow, raising through the left arm, find a drishti, something not moving. Your shadow will cause you to wobble. It's okay if you wobble. We wobble in life too. Deep inhale and exhale. Release that posture. Release your beautiful dancer. And swing your arms out. And now let your right foot find the earth. Like a tree in the forest, your roots are strongly planted. You're stable even in a storm. Invoke the color green, emerald green, and start to rise up on your left toes. Take your time getting into these postures. Find a drishti, a focal point. And now kicking back with the left foot, finding the left hand. You can always use a wall or chair for balance, or the back of a couch. And start to hinge forward into your version of a beautiful dancer. Raising your right arm. Keeping your attention away from your own shadow. Raising your left foot a little more. Deep breath fills you. You're strong and stable. And now release that. Swaying out. Letting go of all attachment to yesterday's pose. Knowing that you're beautiful and a gift just as you are. And start to come to stillness. And bring your feet a little bit wider. And see if you can bring your hands to heart center and lower yourself into Malasana, which might not feel as graceful as dancer. Your Malasana might look like a little frog up on your toes. or it might have your heels to the ground. Shift into each asana without judgment. Your body is perfect as it is in this shape and form in this moment. And now let your hands find the earth behind you and swing your knees around. We're going to do camel pose, which is a quite intense pose, Ustrasana. And you can try different versions of this. So you may wish to place something soft under your knees if your knees feel tender at all. Always choose tenderness and compassion for your body. I would recommend your feet are not hanging off the edge. So maybe just your toes. And start by finding your lower back. This might be your version of camel. So you may just wish to tilt your neck up ever so slightly. And just to press your hips forward. This might be your version of camel today. Or you might wish to bring your opposite hands towards the backs of your legs just to play with this, but be very careful of the lower back. So don't go too intense with this. If it's in your practice to try a further extension of camel, it would involve reaching back for your legs, and I need to bring my knees a little closer. You're reaching back for your heels, and you're pressing your hips forward. Deep inhale. Coming out very carefully, one side and then the other. I won't stay in that for very long today. You could probably hear in my voice that was not for me today. But maybe another time. Excellent. Let's come back to our heels and swing our legs around. And we want to do a counter stretch now, which is Apanasana. Hugging our knees to our chest. So lower yourself down gently to the earth. And bring your knees in towards your chest. And don't grab them suddenly. So bring them in gently to counter stretch. Ustrasana with Apanasana. Love what your body can do for you. Maybe wrapping your arms around and grasping opposite elbows. Or maybe just keeping your hands on your shins and gently rolling out your lower back. And now raising your legs up to the sky, create a vessel of love that flows in and out of your body. And maybe you grasp the inner soles of your feet or your big toes in happy baby. And just let your body relax and surrender into the earth. And now bringing your legs back down and preparing yourself for Shavasana. And Shavasana is one of our most important parts of the practice. So we want to make ourselves a nice, warm, soft nest. And we want to move slowly to get there. I'm going to put the blanket beneath me. And I'm going to put a pillow under my legs and a blanket over me and my socks on too. Take your time. There's no rush. That's the beautiful part of our yogic practice together, is as the rest of the world is rushing around, we are just going to take our beautiful, precious time. And I'll do a little more reading from that book, Open Heart, Open Mind. Come into whatever feels good to you. If you have a pillow beneath your knees, you can open your knees a little wide. Let your big toes or your feet touch the soles of your feet. Or you can have your legs outstretched in front of you in traditional Shavasana. You can have your hands by your sides, or you could bring your right hand to your chest and your left hand over it in Hadraya Mudra. Lean into your heart's longing for ease and well-being and okayness. Some people find this well-being in their chest area where the physical heart is located. Others find it in their foreheads, just a gentle loosening of tension there. This is the taste of essence love, a small, bright experience of okayness. Maybe it is accompanied by some feeling of joy, but not a joy that's dependent on some thing, some person, or some condition. Nothing based on external stuff. Just an intrinsic feeling, however small, however dim, of well-being, some part of you that is warm and content. Connect with that. Your spark has begun to grow. And when you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And maybe a nice big stretch overhead. Rolling slowly and gently to one side, keeping your eyes closed if you wish. And then coming up to a seated posture. May you taste essence love and a sense of well-being. And I thank you for sharing this practice together. Namaste.